Have you ever stopped to truly consider how a simple thought, a fleeting idea, almost magically becomes a physical action? It's a process so seamless, so instantaneous, that we rarely give it a second thought. You think about picking up a glass of water, perhaps feeling a bit thirsty, and suddenly, without conscious effort, your hand moves, reaches, and grasps. It's like an invisible puppeteer is pulling the strings. It all happens inside the most complex organ we know, a universe contained within our skulls, the human brain, a marvel of biological engineering. This 3-pound command center, a relatively small mass of tissue, controls absolutely everything you do, from the most basic reflexes to the most complex behaviors. Think, reason, strategize, and feel a vast spectrum of emotions, from joy and love to sadness and fear. Instead of circuits made of metal and silicon, it uses living cells, intricate networks of neurons, to send billions of messages every single second, a constant stream of information flowing throughout its complex architecture. Your brain tirelessly keeps your heart beating, regulating its rhythm and ensuring a constant supply of blood, your lungs breathing, controlling the intake of oxygen and the expulsion of carbon dioxide, and processes everything you sense: sights, sounds, smells, tastes, and touches, painting a rich and detailed picture of the world around you. It's a buzzing hub of activity, a constant flurry of electrical and chemical signals, allowing you to learn new skills, acquire knowledge, laugh with friends, and feel the profound sense of happiness. Imagine a vast city at night, stretching out as far as the eye can see, lights flashing in intricate patterns, a complex network of interconnected systems. That's your brain at work, a miniature metropolis of neural activity. Understanding how your brain works, its strengths and limitations, helps you understand yourself, your motivations, and your potential. So let's dive in and explore this fascinating world, how a simple idea travels, like a spark igniting a chain reaction, through this incredible network of neurons and synapses, to become a tangible action, a movement, a decision. Get ready to discover the secrets, the hidden mechanisms, the amazing machine inside your head, the one that makes you, you. The human brain, a universe contained within our skulls, is a marvel of biological engineering. To truly understand the intricate messaging system that governs this complex organ, we need to delve into its fundamental building blocks. And to do that, we start with the star of the show, the neuron. These specialized cells are the key players in all brain activity. It's estimated that you have about 86 billion neurons residing within your brain, a staggering number that highlights the sheer complexity of our neural architecture. This vast network allows for an incredible amount of processing power and adaptability. That's more than the estimated number of stars in our galaxy, the Milky Way. Just imagine that for a moment. The scale is truly mind-boggling. Each individual neuron acts as a messenger, meticulously built to both send and receive information. They are the communicators of the brain, constantly exchanging signals. This constant communication is what allows us to think, feel, and interact with the world around us. Shaped somewhat like a tree, with its branching structure, the neuron is perfectly designed for its role. At its core, it has a cell body which houses the nucleus and other essential components. This cell body is the control center of the neuron, regulating its functions and maintaining its health. Branching out from the cell body are dendrites, which act as antennae to receive incoming signals from other neurons. These dendrites are covered in receptors that bind to neurotransmitters, the chemical messengers that carry information between neurons. And then there's the long axon, a slender fiber that extends from the cell body and is responsible for sending signals to other neurons. The axon transmits electrical impulses called action potentials, which travel down its length to the axon terminals. In a way, dendrites are like the ears, carefully listening for incoming messages, while axons are like the mouth, broadcasting information to the rest of the network. This makes neurons perfect communicators, constantly engaged in a complex dance of information exchange. Each neuron connects with thousands of others, forming a vast and intricate web of connections. This web is constantly changing and adapting, allowing us to learn and grow. Consider a simple action like waving hello to a friend. For that seemingly simple gesture, a signal travels from one neuron to the next in a rapid relay, a chain reaction of electrical and chemical activity. This relay happens in milliseconds, allowing us to react quickly and efficiently to our environment. Sensory neurons are responsible for sending messages about the external world to your brain, allowing you to see, hear, taste, smell, and touch. On the other hand, Other neurons send commands from your brain to your muscles, enabling you to move and interact with your surroundings. Every thought that crosses your mind, every feeling that stirs within you, and every movement you make, from walking to running, depends entirely on the activity of these tiny messengers. Without neurons, we simply couldn't experience the world in any meaningful way. Our senses would be silent, our thoughts would cease, and our bodies would be still. They're the unsung heroes, constantly at work, building our reality one signal at a time, shaping our perceptions and experiences. Every single moment of your life, they are tirelessly working to keep your mind and body connected, ensuring seamless communication and coordination. That's the incredible power of the neuron, the tiny messenger that makes it all possible. How does a message travel down a neuron? It's all about electricity. This electrical message is called an action potential. When a neuron gets a strong enough signal, special gates open, letting positive ions rush in and flip the charge. This creates a quick electrical spike, the action potential, which travels down the axon like a wave. Myelin, a fatty coating, helps the signal move even faster, like insulation on a wire. It's like a line of dominoes falling, each triggering the next. The action potential zips along, ensuring the message arrives strong and fast. This system lets your brain send commands across your body in an instant. It's electrical engineering happening inside you right now. When the action potential reaches the end of the axon, it hits a tiny gap, the synapse. The electrical signal can't jump this gap, so the brain switches to chemistry. Tiny sacs release neurotransmitters, chemical messengers, into the synaptic gap. These chemicals float across and bind to receptors on the next neuron, passing the message along. Different neurotransmitters send different messages: dopamine for pleasure, serotonin for mood. The binding can excite or inhibit the next neuron, depending on the type. After delivering the message, neurotransmitters are quickly cleared away, resetting the synapse. This dance of electricity and chemistry happens in a split second. It's the foundation of all brain communication. Every thought and action depends on this process. The synapse is where the magic of brain messaging truly happens. It's how your brain keeps the conversation going. Emotions and memories are born from patterns of neural activity. The limbic system, especially the amygdala, acts as your brain's emotional center, triggering fear or pleasure. When you're happy, dopamine surges in your brain's reward pathway, reinforcing joyful experiences. Memories form when connections between neurons strengthen, especially in the hippocampus. The hippocampus acts like a save button, turning experiences into lasting memories. Repetition strengthens these connections, making memories stick. Over time, memories move to the cortex for long-term storage. Every memory is a unique network of neural connections. Your feelings and memories are the result of your brain's messaging system at work. They shape who you are moment by moment. Every movement starts as a signal in your brain. The prefrontal cortex decides what to do, then sends the command to the motor cortex. The motor cortex acts as a control panel, activating specific neurons for each muscle. The cerebellum fine-tunes the movement, ensuring it's smooth and balanced. The basal ganglia help select the right action and suppress unwanted ones. Signals travel down the spinal cord to your muscles. The final message releases acetylcholine, causing muscle fibers to contract. This entire process happens in a flash, making action feel effortless. It's a stunning symphony of neural communication. Every simple action is the result of this complex, coordinated system. Your brain is the ultimate conductor of movement. For a long time, scientists held a very specific belief about the human brain. They once thought the adult brain was fixed, a static entity that couldn't really change after a certain age. This idea permeated scientific thought for decades. But now, thanks to incredible advancements in neuroscience and brain imaging technology, we know that this earlier understanding was fundamentally incomplete. We now know the brain is always changing, thanks to a remarkable phenomenon called neuroplasticity. Neuroplasticity, in its simplest form, means your brain has an amazing ability to reorganize itself. It's not a fixed structure. It's a dynamic, ever-evolving network. This means your brain can adapt and reshape itself throughout your entire life, from childhood to old age. It's a continuous process of learning and refinement. When you engage in activities that challenge you, like learning a new skill, such as learning to play the piano, you're actively strengthening specific neural pathways in your brain. These pathways are like roads that connect different areas of your brain. Consistent practice makes these connections stronger, faster, and more efficient. The more you practice, the easier the skill becomes. There's a saying in neuroscience, neurons that fire together, wire together. And it means that by engaging in specific activities, you're literally reshaping the physical structure of your brain. This fundamental principle of neuroplasticity is at the very heart of all learning and memory processes. It's how we acquire new knowledge and retain information. Amazingly, the brain can even adapt and recover after a significant injury, rewiring itself to compensate for the damaged areas and use different areas to regain lost functions. A compelling example of this is seen in people who are blind. In these individuals, the visual cortex, which is typically responsible for processing sight, can be repurposed to process touch or even sound, enhancing their other senses. This means you're not permanently defined or limited by your current abilities or circumstances. You always have the potential to grow, learn, and change, regardless of your age or background. Even simple practices like regularly expressing gratitude or cultivating optimism can actively strengthen the specific neural circuits associated with those positive emotions and thought patterns. Think of your brain as being similar to a muscle. The more you consistently use it and challenge it with new experiences, the stronger and more resilient it becomes over time. Ultimately, neuroplasticity empowers you to take an active role in shaping your own mind and your own future. You have the inherent power to keep learning new things and to continue evolving and improving yourself, both mentally and emotionally, at any age and stage of life. If every thought and feeling comes from neurons firing, are we just biological machines? Neuroscience shows that the mind is what the brain does. Consciousness emerges from billions of neurons working together. But the mystery remains. Why do we have a rich personal experience of the world? This hard problem of consciousness is still unsolved. Some believe the mind is more than just the brain's activity. Others see it as an emergent property. Exploring these questions only deepens the wonder of the brain. There's still so much to discover about who we are. We've journeyed from the smallest neuron to the biggest questions about consciousness. Every thought, action, and feeling is born from your brain's incredible messaging system. Understanding this gives you the power to change your habits and grow. Neuroplasticity means you can build new pathways and improve yourself at any age. By choosing your thoughts and actions, you reshape your mind for kindness, resilience, and happiness. Your brain is the most powerful tool for self-improvement you'll ever have. Nurture it with curiosity and learning, and it will help you flourish. Billions of messengers work in harmony to create your reality. You are the conductor of this amazing orchestra. The brain's message system is about endless potential, and that's true science.